Welcome to another edition of Getting to Know. This week we are joined by Maryann Bagonis of the women's basketball team. Hi, Maryann. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Thanks for taking the time this morning.
Yeah, of course.
So, what have you been up to during all of this downtime? I know it's a little unusual for all of us to have this much time to not really
Yeah.
have much to do.
So I feel like as a student athlete, I had such a strict schedule. So with all this downtime, I've been super bored, but I've just been working out a lot, staying busy, hanging out with my family, and just ensuring that they're safe and healthy. So that's the most important thing.
That is absolutely the most important thing. So, if we look back a little bit to this past season, you guys had a really strong campaign, especially down the end. You guys won 6 in a row to close out the regular season. What was working for you guys this year, but specifically, during that stretch?
Yeah, I think what was working for us was our chemistry. So throughout the year, we played a lot of pickup. We got to learn our strengths and weaknesses as a team and as individuals. So when it came down to it at the end of the season, we kind of put all of our strengths together. And with practices and stuff, they were super competitive. We were pushing each other. And so I think that was what was working for us.
So you guys ultimately end up falling short in the championship game against Damon, but you still get this at-large selection based on your very strong season. What was that feeling to kind of know you're getting this at-large selection?
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, it definitely felt like a second opportunity to us. So we were super bummed about the championship. We were all really upset. And then we find out we get a bid to the tournament and our seeding is higher than Damon's. So that was awesome for us. We were super excited. I remember all of us cheering, calling each other. But then shortly after that, the COVID came in and we weren't able to play those games. But we were super proud of ourselves because we played so hard and we knew we deserved a second shot.
So you had this special moment where unfortunately it did get canceled. You guys found out during practice, but then you have Coach P line you guys up, give Catherine the ball, half court shot. You want to talk us through how that moment was like on your end?
Yeah, that was surreal, honestly. I think to be able to have a team the way that we did, I mean, Coach P brought in a speaker. He was playing We Are the Champions. And I know everyone was a little bit confused at first. And then Catherine took the ball, shot it from half court, and made it. And he brought out a ladder and a pair of scissors, and we got to cut down our own net that we practiced on every single day. Like, our blood, sweat, and tears were on that court. So to be able to cut down our own net and keep that as just a memory that we should have been there and we could have made it, it's crazy. It's super emotional. I can't even begin to explain how thankful we are to have Coach B as our coach, let alone what he did for us. So.
Absolutely. So over the course of your 2 years with Malloy and coming in a little bit, you had a little bit of the injury bug. What are you looking forward to next season? As a fresh start? You kind of start all over fresh, no more COVID, hopefully no more injuries. What are you looking for?
I'm excited for the competitiveness at practice. I know we have a few incoming players and things like that, so I'm just ready to keep working hard. One thing that I was trying to focus on last year was not getting frustrated, which was super hard because I kept falling into some sort of injury. So this year, my goal is just to stay positive, keep working hard, and just playing the best that I can play. So,
what are you most looking forward to once we're able to be back on campus?
I can't wait to start working out. I call Coach B and I'm like, when is the gym open? When is the gym open? That's what I look forward to, just shooting around before and after practice. I'm getting to know my teammates because we do have, like I said, the incoming players, things like that. And Coach B has called us every day telling us about how practices are going to work out. And we're going to be able to get our season hopefully.
So we're going to switch gears a little bit. They're more fun, like about you kind of questions. We call them rapid fire. It could be whatever the first thing that comes to mind. If it's more than one word, totally fine. Some have more explanation to them. So first up is, what's your pregame routine? Or if you have a superstition, what do you do before a game?
So me and some of my teammates, we go to the vending machines and we'll get a snack. And at first it wasn't like a pre-game ritual, like we didn't need to do it, and then eventually it was like, okay, a bag of Doritos before every game. So we would have a bag of Doritos and some sort of like this Gatorade or something like that, and just hang out in the locker room. We would always play music, things like that, just to loosen up for the game.
So what's your go-to pump-up song then?
Well, right now I like Pop Smoke's new album. I like For the Night by Pop Smoke. That's probably like my number one song right now. But we would listen to all sorts of music before a game, so.
It changes. You can't just, be on one.
Yeah.
So where's your favorite place to play? Everybody likes playing at home, but so not Quealy. Where's your favorite place to play?
You mean like in a conference game or just in general?
Any game, yeah.
Well, I'm trying to think. So for conference games, I think I liked Damon's gym. I thought that was pretty nice. It was just far. And my favorite place to play in general, I have a half court in my backyard. So that's like my favorite place to play no matter what. I was just getting shots up before this, so that's like my go-to place to play.
So who's your favorite opponent? And that could be at home or the road, just your favorite team to play against.
I like to play against MYIT. I think that was such a good game for us. We definitely had some good games against them previous season. So I like that game because it's really competitive and that opponent is just such a great one.
So besides the pregame vending machine, where's your favorite place to eat, either on campus or near campus?
I like curbside. Curbside is really good. I like curbside. Ferrings is always a great one because I love Ferrings. But other than that, yeah, those are my two favorites, I think.
What are you currently watching? Everybody's been on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime. What have you been watching during quarantine?
Okay, so I don't really get into shows. It's not like my thing. I just always give up on them. I finished All American, but that wasn't, apparently there's new seasons coming out. But what I've been doing is I'm like a huge Marvel fan. So I rewatched all the movies from the beginning, and I'm up to Endgame. So after this, it'll be my last one, but I'm almost done with them. But I started from the beginning and watched all of them.
We hit far. We're doing the same thing. We stopped at Ragnarok and we kind of.
Yeah. They're like my favorite movies. I could watch them over and over again. So.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to close this with it's kind of a fun question just for women's basketball.
Okay.
Coach P has a lot of things he likes to say. What's your favorite Coach Pelican-ism, if you will?
He has a lot of them. But I think my favorite one, on a more serious note, is probably he always preaches to us next play. And he tells us about life and games and practice, anything. It's about when you mess up, not dwelling on that. So even if it's a turnover, if it's in life, if you have a bad day at work, just pushing forward and knowing that you have an opportunity to make up for it. And I remember I got into a game once and I turned the ball over and I sprinted back and played really good defense or whatever, and he pointed that out because that's exactly what he means by next play. So he just wants us to stay positive, stay focused, don't get frustrated with ourselves, and he always tells us that if you're getting frustrated with yourself, you're also giving up on your team because that's one less player that they have to work with. So I really love that saying, and I go through, he talks to me a lot about that, so that's one of my favorites of his.
That's really good, and it's a great note to end that on. It's good advice. Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it. And I hope that we're able to see each other soon, not this way.
Absolutely. Stay safe.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.